Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. Well, after Everton's disappointing exit from the FA Cup on Saturday against Bournemouth, obviously David Moyes spoke about the result, and here's his thoughts on it.
Well, probably not our day when it comes like that, but at least we showed a little bit of gumption in the second half, tried to get ourselves back in the game. We conceded two terrible goals. We really did, really poor goals. But kept at it. Tried not to give them too many opportunities. Jordan had one good save in the second half, what I can remember. But no, it just wasn't going to go in. I thought all the players we introduced to the game made a big difference in the game as well. I thought the players who come on the pitch helped us, gave us more energy as well as at that time. So I'm hoping that those players between now and the end of the season are going to be a big positive and help us towards the end of the season.
So obviously it was a very disappointing result. Not really because it was the last one at Goodison Park, last FA Cup tie, but just because no one wants to see their team get knocked out at home, certainly, against a very good Bournemouth side, I have to say. But it just wasn't the right time for Everton with the injuries and stuff. So, but there were a couple of positives in Jack Harrison and Carlos Alcaraz. Here's David Moyes' thoughts on those two players.
I was really pleased, and actually in today as well, I was pleased with Carlos, but I was always pleased with Jack Harrison as well. I thought he put in 3 or 4 great deliveries at a time in the game when we needed it. I thought Tim came on and we're just sort of half nursing Tim back into some fitness. I thought he came on. I think the biggest thing for me is to try and find I can have some competition in the team and some players who I feel as if we can use and could use. And I thought those players all today showed to me that they could do it.
Yeah, it was nearly a wonderful introduction to Goodison Park for Carlos Alcaraz. Hitting the post from that free kick would have been a fantastic introduction, and with 25 minutes or so to go, would have give Everton a really good chance to get back into the game and get back on level terms, maybe force into extra time, who knows. And Jack Harrison added something when he came in, and that's great because we haven't really seen that in the last few weeks. So he does give the manager food for thought going into the next couple of games this week. More food for thought is the injury situation, and the manager had his say on Mykolenko and Patterson missing the game.
It was only Miko felt his calf this morning when I saw him, and we had the chance we could change it, and it was easy enough done. So I've no idea yet about the outcome, but he just felt it a wee bit tight. Obviously with Nathan Patterson, because for different reasons, he'd felt his hamstring in training, and I forgot about saying it to the press boys yesterday. So I forgot about it. That's why he wasn't. So he had a tight hamstring. I would think Wednesday's probably too soon for him.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see. We'll find out tomorrow, most likely. I think David Moyes will be doing his press conference ahead of the Merseyside derby on Wednesday, so we'll find out more about those injuries. Mykolenko sounds a bit more promising. Obviously, he sounded like he'd ruled out Patterson for this game, but Mykolenko is obviously more important as he is the starting left back, and we want him to be ready to come in and face Mo Salah. So that'll be in it. I can understand why he missed the game if that's what he had to face. So we'll find out tomorrow, I would imagine. Kevin Thelwell has done an interview today about the January window. And obviously the good bits and the bad bits of those of the month as a whole. He spoke about what he thought was going to happen this season and the state of the squad going into the season.
Yeah, well, I don't think anybody saw the season panning out as it did, especially after having a good season last season, albeit with the points. We were in circa 12th place from memory. And I think we anticipated that we could do exactly the same again. In actual fact, looking at the squad and saying, well, actually, we're a touch stronger than what we were last year. However, it hasn't worked out like that. It's took us a little bit of time to get back on track. But I think this team is capable of making steps forwards. We've got a lot of quality in the group. We've got a lot of players who are capable of playing in different positions and supporting the team on the pitch. Could we improve the group? For sure. Everybody can. Everybody in the league will think exactly the same way. But have we got enough to A, get the job done, and B, climb the table? Yes, I think we have.
Interesting thoughts from Kevin Thelwell on thinking Everton were a better squad this season. This is something that we've spoke about quite a lot on this channel about, being very disappointed with the first half of the season, obviously with where we thought we should be, because we've all thought we did have a better squad, and obviously reaching 48 points last season and not getting anywhere near that halfway to that for the halfway point is one of the reasons why Sean Dyche wasn't doing a good job. And I think from listening to Kevin Thelwell there, it sounds like that's what they all thought, and obviously that's what led to Sean Dyche losing his job. But Kevin Thelwell also spoke about next season and the summer and how big that could be, with Everton not dipping the toe in too much into buying players in January, and there is a real excitement that Everton in the summer can go and buy better players. He calls it an evolution rather than a revolution, but there's obviously a feeling that Everton can really step up in the summer.
Is that we are coming out of a tunnel. We can see the light, but in our reality, we're not quite there yet. We're not quite out of that tunnel. I feel like we're in fairly good shape, and that gives us a real strong opportunity to attack the market and start to develop a team that's capable of getting back to winning trophies, playing in Europe, and be fitting of that world-class stadium that we're going to be moving into. What I was really keen to make sure that we did or didn't do in this window is not put all of that work in jeopardy by us doing something daft in the market that meant we spent more than what we should, and then we had less to spend in the summer.
There you go, Kevin Thelwell's thoughts. You can watch the rest of that video over on Everton's YouTube channel. The link for it will be coming up on the screen at the end of this video, so make sure you go and watch the rest of that video. Some really interesting thoughts on what's happening at Everton so far. So yeah, there you go. David Moyes will be doing his press conference tomorrow. We'll find out about all of the injuries and his thoughts going into the last ever Merseyside derby at Goodison Park. We'll find out all that tomorrow. Make sure to check out the match preview for that game with James and myself, and the final word for the Bournemouth game with John and myself. They will be available. They are available right now on YouTube with the extended version of the final word over on Toffee TV Premier. If you want to become a member, the link is in the description. The QR code's come on the screen now. See you later.